Hi, Kelsey. Hi, Pete. This is Philip calling from Switzerland. How are you guys?
Wonderful,
We were
wonderful.
just talking about how wonderful Switzerland is. So,
Oh, really? Have you been here before?
yeah,
He has, I haven't.
I was saying we could just drop anywhere in Switzerland and walk around, and it's beautiful. So,
It is. It is. I have to say I'm blessed. It's a wonderful country. Thank you so much. And today we're talking about a wonderful movie called Inside Out 2. So let's see a short clip. After 9 years, we're back in Riley's head, and new emotions like doubt, envy, boredom, or embarrassment are added. Or, in other words, poverty has arrived like a racquetball. ball. So how did this idea come about?
well, we had done the first film, and it always felt like there was more to play with. And so I talked to Kelsey about messing around and searching for something, because you never know at the beginning. I mean, I think a lot of people have this idea that the way movies are made is poof, you just have the whole thought and it's just a matter of making it. The reality is it's a little spark of an idea and then we add on to it. And so Kelsey's kind of spark on this one was this idea of anxiety.
Yeah, I started with where the last film ended, with Joy asking, after all, I realized 12 now, what could happen? I'm like, well, I want that question answered. And it felt like it was all dealing with Riley being a teenager. And so then I'm like, okay, her being 13, and what emotions show up at that age. And I made a whole list of what we could possibly do with new emotions. And I was immediately drawn to anxiety. And I was doing a lot of research at the time, not only in myself and what I felt at that age, but also just like in reading with what was going on in the world.
Yeah.
And anxiety was on the rise in teenagers, and especially teenage girls. And this was in January of 2020. This is pre-pandemic, when we were like, I feel like there's something here that could be really meaningful and a lot of people could relate to. And then the pandemic hit. And if anything, it got even worse. Yeah. It got even worse. It got even worse, not only for teenagers, but also for adults. I think we all dealt with a lot more anxiety. And I looked at the first film, and the reason why I love it is it's a really fun movie. It's a really imaginative movie, and it made a meaningful impact on the world. And I wanted to do all three of those things, not only with this film, but that's why I wanted to get into movies in the first place. And I thought, like, well, I feel like this is something that could really be helpful, dealing with an emotion that's complicated and can go too far and take over. So I also had that from the very beginning, that new emotions were going to show up and take over headquarters.
Okay. So, Pete, how many situations did you copy from your children, or specifically how much of your daughter Ellie is in Riley? Here is the older version of your wonderful daughter. Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, she was actually, she went through a big change emotionally that I recognized in myself. I remember going through that as well. And that's really when we started the film, emotions as characters, this is going to be fun for animation, but what's going on to that childhood joy? Where does that go? That was the spark that really got us going on the movie. And so, yeah, there are a lot of situations and moments in the movie that may or may not be pulled from real life. My daughter sort of rolls her eyes at that, but some of it's from us too.
Yeah. Okay. Good to hear. So if we take this further, then the logical step for part 3 would be about the adult Riley. And when I think about my wife, married since 20 years, I often wonder what's going in her head. What's going on in her head? And sometimes I have no clue, to be honest. I love her, but I have no clue.
That's what keeps a marriage fresh. You don't really know what's going on.
But you're all right. Like, it's such a great world that you get to peek in and get to see what people are thinking and feeling, because you don't quite know, And a lot of times you're thinking and feeling, what you're thinking and feeling is you think you're the only one doing it. And that's the power of of this world and of Inside Out is you're able to peel that curtain back and go inside somebody's head and go, you're not the only one that thinks and feels that. So I think that's what's really powerful. So the fact that you want to lean in and know a little bit more about kind of what's going on with your wife at that age is totally relatable. It's such a wonderful world. Who knows what the future lies with the Inside Out kind of franchise to it. But we are so excited to be releasing out Inside Out into the world in cinemas. And I'm really excited to be able to make a movie that everybody can go to, the whole family, whether you're the kid or the parent or the grandparent, everybody can go to this together. There's very few movies that I can do that with my own family, where I can say, let's all go see that together this weekend.
I agree completely. So again, congratulations, both of you. The movie is so funny. It's the most funny thing I see in a long time. Congratulations. I hope we can talk to you soon for another one. All the best for you.
That's amazing. Yeah, thank you.
Bye, guys.
You and your wife enjoy the rest of the movie.